Good morning, good morning, good morning. And I guess I am early, so I'm gonna wait a little bit um, to see if anybody joins me this morning. See if anybody joined me this morning. Boy, I tell you, trying to do a live on YouTube, sometimes it is so challenging. It is so challenging. Let me see. Oh, I have one person who's looking on and then jump off. Welcome to that silent listener. Welcome. And I don't want to stay long on here. I just want to share, I just wanted to share something, a revelation that James made this morning that was like super funny. Um, but very, very, what you call it, profound. All right. So I know that it is very early. Normally, I don't come on live. I don't like to do lives. I don't schedule lives like that because I'm not that type of person. But if one person, at least one person, would come over and talk to me, just a little bit, it would be cool. And if not, you guys can watch it later, perhaps when you wake up or something along that sort. So, good morning again. And I'm Faith Connection, so Tidra Bennett with Faith Connection. And I just wanted to share something that happened to me this morning, well, between the course of yesterday and this morning. So everybody knows that I'm a Christian, even based on the name of the channel, right? So it's almost like ever so often as Christian, we go through a dry period or that that dry time, like I like to call it, that moment or that period when God seems silent. you know he seems silent. I don't like it. I don't like the silent treatment. I honestly don't. So yesterday I was talking to him about it. I want to hear him. I want to feel him. I want to know, that he's there. I want to know that, I know that he's not giving up on me. I know that he will never leave me. I know all of these things, but I also want to feel those, his comfort. I want to feel his hands around me. I want to feel, everything about him. I want to hear him. I want him to talk back to me. But yesterday, for some reason, I felt a little bit overwhelmed and like I was going through this dry time with him. And of course, I communicate with him through songs. So a song came on my heart, that I kind of just belted out, that one phrase, or that one sentence that I would have gotten, that says, Lord, I need to hear from you once again. And I just kind of just belt it out, singing it a couple times over and over. So that he can understand where I'm coming from, because I kind of come from a deep place whenever it is I sing a song. And then lo and behold, yesterday was yesterday, it continued. Lo and behold, this morning again in our normal conversations, because I like to have conversations with him, especially early in the morning, and especially in a time when I'm prepping stuff, I'm getting stuff together for the business. So we always have our little conversations. This morning was no different. We got into our conversation and stuff, and I'm sharing my thoughts with him. I'm telling him how I feel and all of these types of things. I'm trying to make a date with God, right? Because if even this platform alone can tell you that I struggle with consistency. So I'm not always putting out material. I'm not always, coming on here and share. I've noticed the other day that that's one of my weak link. I don't like to share. Not even the testimonies I don't like to share. So consistency is something that really has been bothering me. So I'm trying to work on that. So this morning we were having our conversation, our normal conversation, and I said to God, you know, I need to make a date. I need to worship you. I need to do all of these things and stuff like that. And I'm like trying to figure out, do I do a live worship session in the mornings? And then the thought crossed my mind and said, sometimes the voice doesn't work very well in the morning. So maybe I need to do that session in the evening. Could that work? Me trying to figure out setting a date where I'm consistent, to worship Him and all of these things. And can I tell you that right here, this is the pivoting moment for me. This is the turning point for me when the response I got, because here I am worrying about my voice. Is it going to be okay to worship in the morning as opposed to in the evening. In the evening, my voice is on point, because I wouldn't have my morning voice, as I like to call it, you know. But this pivoting moment came, and the Lord would have said to me, and I'm still laughing because, like I was shook, when I heard it, and He says, I'm not looking for perfect vessels, I'm looking for useful vessels. And like, I busted out, like I just raised my hand and I busted out laughing because I like to laugh. So just raised my hand and bust out laughing and said, I hear you, you know? Like, I hear you and I surrender, because it's like solid and plain. Remember, I'm complaining about my dryness, not hearing from Him, not feeling His comfort around me, not any of these things. And then when the response came, I'm like I'm taken aback. But simple words. I'm not looking for a perfect vessel. I am looking for a useful vessel. Simple words, but it is profound. And it threw me back to understand. And I mean, I see people out there doing their thing. I've heard people make comments about other people doing their thing. But I've come to the realization, I've come to the conclusion, God is not looking for a singer who hit every high note correctly all the time. He's not looking for a singer, who's what you call it, dynamic range excels. He's not looking for anything like that. He's looking for somebody that He can use, somebody that He can lead, somebody that He can direct, somebody, who's consistent, right? So He's not looking for a perfect vessel. The time of day doesn't matter to Him as long as I show up. So He's not looking for a perfect vessel. He's looking for a useful one that He can manifest Himself through. And this thing just, like, for a good 5 minutes I stood there laughing, throwing my hands up and acknowledging that I heard Him. I heard Him. Good morning and welcome to whomever it is that's listening to me out there. But that phrase kind of just shook me, because He's saying, I'm not looking for a perfect vessel. I am looking for a useful vessel. And when I get it right there, it's not about my vocality. It's not about how well I'm able to do something. It's all about that consistency, being able to take direction from Him, being able to listen, to what He's saying. It's all about these things. And it just mind blowing because I'm complaining to God, about the dry season that I'm going through, the dryness, not hearing from Him, not able to feel Him, all of these things. And here I am, making a date with Him, talking to Him, acknowledging that I'm weak in certain areas. I'm weak with consistency. I'm acknowledging that, I'm not doing the things that He would have placed on my heart to do in the moment that He would have told me to do these things. I'm acknowledging these things. And right in that moment, the Lord spoke to me. And it's solid, it's simple, but it is solid. I am not looking for a perfect vessel. I am looking for a useful vessel. And that thing shook me, and it shook me to the core, shook me to the point that I had to come on here, to share, what he would have said to me this morning to share. And that's also an area that I'm weak in. I'm not one who likes to share, so the testimonies will come, things will be happening, and I'm keeping all of God glory to myself. I'm keeping God's glory to myself, and that's not supposed to happen. I'm supposed to go out there and share. That's why he's manifesting through me. You understand? That's why he's using me. Nothing that's happening to me is of my own accord. It's nothing that I have done to deserve it. And here I am, keeping all of God's glory to myself as opposed to giving it to Him. But guess what? He told me solidly this morning, He's not looking for a perfect vessel. So the timing doesn't have to be right. It doesn't matter if you're doing something that glorifies Him in the morning, early in the morning, and it doesn't matter if you're doing something that glorifies Him late in the night. What matters is that you are doing it. What matters is that you are showing up. You understand? What matters is that you are consistent. You understand? Somehow you're going to have to find that fire from within to ignite everything else that happens outside. Man, I tell you that one phrase, and it will not go away from my mind. I am not looking for a perfect vessel. I am looking for a useful vessel. Jesus. Boy, I tell you, be careful what you ask for now. Be careful what you ask for. Because when you talk to God, when you ask Him for things, He delivers. You understand? Complaining about my dry season, complaining about His quietness, complaining that I'm not able to feel Him, I'm not feeling His comfort, in my spirit, I'm not feeling Him, you know but I am one who's always after God's heart. So I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to buckle. I'm not going to roll over. I'm always going to try to worship Him. And I'm taking it to Him. All my concerns, I take to Him, even when it's all about Him. I take the concerns to Him. So, I would have taken it to Him once more, not because I felt dry yesterday, not because, I felt like He wasn't there yesterday, not because all of those things. I understand that a new day is new mercies, new grace. You understand? I know what He has promised to me. So this morning, I went to Him fresh. You understand? With a plan. Lord, I know that I need to worship. You understand? And I need to get it out there. Do I do it early in the morning or do I do it late in the night? And I tell you, sometimes the Lord He don't have much to say now. He just come back with one thing. You understand? Tell me that it doesn't matter the time of day. All matters is that I go out and I do it. Is that I worship Him. He's not looking for a perfect vessel. He is not looking for a perfect vessel. He is looking for a useful vessel. And sometimes I don't even think it's anything new that he's saying to me. I think he's just reminding me. You understand? Because the EP that I would have put out did not happen in a perfect condition. It did not happen in a perfect world. My voice wasn't in its perfect moment when I did the EP, but I saw the Lord manifesting through me in that album. So even if there's a song that I struggled with when I did it, you understand? I knew I had to share it because that was the Lord manifesting through me. You understand? He gave me the songs, and it was my responsibility to share the songs with the rest of the world. And I did that even though the conditions that I recorded in was not perfect, but it was perfect in His sight. You understand? It was Him showing, that He can do all things. He's showing that he's greater than everything else. You understand? He's showing that once he is with you, you can do great things. You understand? So there's just so much that, I'm being reminded of in that one little statement that he made this morning. You understand? There's new revelation that comes to me in that one statement that he made this morning. My God, and there's just so much work that I have to do to ensure that I'm giving God the glory. You understand? To ensure that I'm using back the talents that He would have given to me, to glorify His name. Boy, and I'm not even going to rant anymore. Right there. I don't know who I am talking to. I don't know if I am making sense with what I'm sharing. But if none of this make any sense to you, just remember that God is not looking for a perfect vessel. He is looking for a useful one. He is looking for a useful one. So if you have not availed yourself to his work, if you have not availed yourself, go ahead and avail yourself to him. Allow him to use you. Submit to him so that he can manifest through you, so others can see him inside of you, so he can get the glory. My God, I don't know what else to share, but remember, he's not looking for a perfect vessel. Make yourself useful, because that's what he's looking for, a useful vessel. So I don't know who was out there with me this morning, but I thank you. I thank you for coming over and listening to me, because I had to share it. And see, I still can't get the smile off of my face, because when he responds solidly and profoundly, and it makes sense. You don't need any other explanation. All the revelations come out when God responds to you. You understand? So I would have gone through that little period where I'm asking him, where is he? That dry period when you don't feel him. But this morning, my God responded to me. And I see everybody coming on when I'm about to leave. But God responded to me. He is not looking for a perfect vessel, He is looking for a useful one. All right. So if you don't take anything from what I'm saying, avail yourself. Make yourself useful for God's work. You understand? Because we understand that even when we struggle, and I struggle, daily I struggle. When I started out this life, I told you the things that I would have struggled with. I told you that I took those things to God, you know, and I give you the response. He's still there. So it doesn't matter, if you have a thorn in your side, as Paul would have said, he is going to be there for you. Those are his promises. He's going to always stand there with you, and he's going to guide you as best as he can guide you. Because when I asked for what I asked for, the Lord responded. So be in a space where you're listening, because he will answer you. And boy, the response that he gave was solid. I am not looking for a perfect vessel. So if somebody out there is trying to perfect their talent before they share it, if somebody's out there trying, to ensure that the conditions are right before you share God's message, it's not necessary. It's not important. What is important is you showing up. What is important is you doing the work that the Lord would have called you to do. That is what is important. So he's not looking for a perfect vessel. He's just looking for a useful vessel, one that he can manifest, through, one that he can use to do his work, one that he can, talk to and they listen. He's looking for that vessel, right? A vessel that submits to him, a vessel that obeys him, right? So this morning, just understand, he's not looking for perfection, not at all, not at all. He is looking for a useful vessel. And I'm gonna leave it right there. I see people joining. Nobody's commenting, so I don't know who to say good morning to. But good morning and welcome. And you guys kind of catch me when I'm about to go, but you guys can rewatch the live right after. And the long and the short of the argument is that God is not looking for a perfect vessel. He is just simply looking for a useful vessel. So you guys can just rewatch. Hey, Anika. Anika, I just had to come on here this morning and share something. And you guys know I don't like to share a lot, but yesterday I went through my little dry time, and I'm just gonna, because I know we have another platform to be on, Anika. But you know, yesterday I would have been complaining to God that I felt dry. I felt like He wasn't there. I felt like, I wasn't able to feel Him, and all of these things. And then this morning I went to Him. You know me, I'm not gonna give up. And even though I am teaching the word of God, even though I'm singing, even though I'm doing all of these things, I struggle. You understand? I struggle. And I turned to him this morning again. We're having our regular morning conversation, Anika. And the Lord would have said to me, I'm trying to make a date with him because I've spoken to you about this, that consistency kills me, you know. But I spoke to him this morning and I'm trying to make a date with him. Lord, do I do a worship session early in the morning or do a worship session in the evening? And the Lord just come back to me. The man that I said is silent, would have just come back to me and said, he's not looking for a perfect vessel. Because here I am worrying about my voice. Is it gonna work in the morning? Or is it gonna be good in the evening? And he said he's not looking for a perfect vessel. He's looking for a useful vessel. And I'm shook. I was taken aback. So long and the short of the argument, make yourself useful. Make yourself useful so the Lord can manifest through you, so that He can get all of the glory. And I'm gonna run, but I'm promise I'm gonna get myself together. I'm gonna figure this thing out. You understand? Understanding what He has said to me. That, you know, oh really? I'm gonna figure it out because I know I'm gonna have to be consistent, and I know that I'm gonna have to use the talents that He has given me to glorify Him. And I also know that I'm gonna have to share my testimonies so others can understand the work that the Lord has been doing inside of me. You understand? Because I'm not doing it myself. So I'm gonna have to share all of these things. So I promise, all my listeners, all the people who are joining me, who's looking to understand who Faith Connection is, who's looking to understand the relationship that Faith Connection have with God. It's coming. It's coming. This statement threw me aback this morning. He beat me, he ridiculed me, he gave me all of it in there. Understanding that I'm worrying about the things that aren't necessary. So I promise, look forward to some consistency. Look forward to testimonies, and look forward, to worship sessions. Like this thing is just really on my heart. Look forward to it. I'm gonna get it together, I promise. All right. So love and blessings. If you guys aren't following Positive Vibration, I'm gonna run on over there now for devotion. So you guys can join us over there. If you have nothing else to do, it's Positive Vibration 365. No, Positive Vibration Global 365 plus. So see you guys over there. Just come on over and let's have a good time fellowship in the Lord. So thank you guys. Thank you for coming out and talking with me. Thank you for coming and listening to me rant, but solidly and profoundly. God is not looking for a perfect vessel. He is looking for a useful one. All right. Until next time, love and blessings. Anika, yes, see you in devotion. Love and blessings. Have a wonderful, wonderful and blessed day, everybody. Bye bye.